outskirts of Alice Springs, a grandfather returns to a scene of trauma and tragedy.
When I'm around here, I feel that she is with me today, standing and watching me.
1 month ago, Robin Japanunga Granite's granddaughter was allegedly taken from this house and murdered. She'd only just turned 5 years old.
This is the place that it all started. We didn't even say anything to anyone except just look at them and say, we cried, nothing else.
Now known as Kumanjay Little Baby for cultural reasons, her death shocked the nation and sparked tough questions about her circumstances.
Is it the department's view that living conditions shown in the photos that we've seen, that a 5-year-old being put to bed on a mattress in a living room surrounded by Jim Beam bottles in a house where the doors don't lock, are acceptable for any child? Is it considered that this is acceptable at all?
On the night she went missing, Kumanjay Little Baby was visiting Old Timers Town Camp with her mother. It's one of 16 small Aboriginal communities on the fringes of Alice Springs, set up in the 1970s by groups displaced from their traditional lands, but banned from establishing homes inside the township due to discriminatory policies. One of the most central town camps is Charles Creek, where Renee Kenny's family has lived for generations, and where the little girl's disturbing death is still raw.
It was heartbreaking, just knowing that had happened to her. Very, very heartbreaking. I'm still feeling it today, from her being a baby.
Kumanjay Little Baby's alleged killer, Jefferson Lewis, was found and beaten before police arrived to arrest him.
Not even 5 minutes walk from our front gate. You just go down the road here and turn around the corner and he was found just up the road. And knowing that he was not far from our home, we don't know if he walked through the creek or if he walked behind our houses.
Do you think that rocked that feeling of safety around here?
Yeah, it did. Definitely did.
Look this way. You're going to fall. Here's one of these ones.
Life here can be joyous, filled with community, but it can also be brutal. Do you think town camp safety is talked about enough?
No, it's not. I don't think it is. We sort of more or less get pushed in the dark, and pushed aside.
Cedric Miller is the leader of Antapa Town Camp and is on the board of Town Camp Authority Tunganjir Council. He says uninvited visitors are coming into the camps from remote outback communities and bringing trouble, often fuelled by alcohol and drugs.
Like we got gangsters now. People never talk about it. They're going into houses and houses, terrorising people in houses. I can say that because a lot of people saying in town, yeah? And they outsiders. Every night, some nights, and you know, some nights good, some nights bad, breaking in, stealing some people's, you know, all this and that. You know, that's not safe. But we need to start talking and start talking to our mob, you know.
Drinking is prohibited inside town camps. The night Kumanjay Little Baby was taken, police say there was a party at the house, where officers attended for an unrelated welfare check earlier that evening. Jefferson Lewis, the alleged murderer, was captured on body-worn camera.
Was anything done by police that night to try to stop the drinking at Old Timers Town Camp?
So I can't talk specifically about the incidents relating to Kumanjay Little Baby. We know that there's an investigation that's ongoing, but police officers on town camps in the Northern Territory know that they've got the powers that they need to do to intervene in illegal sale and supply, possession and consumption of alcohol.
Are those powers used enough?
Absolutely, yeah. It's common that as soon as police are on a town camp responding to any type of disturbance, and we see it routinely through body worn and others at the command level, that our officers are very across their powers and they use them on town camps all the time.
Compounding residents' concerns over safety, much of the town camp housing is badly ageing, some with serious maintenance issues and structural problems that can't easily be fixed. Kumanjay Little Baby's grandfather doesn't live in a town camp, but much of his family do. He believes the state of many is a disgrace.
They are all dirty, grasses are so thick and so tall, and you can see markings and the paints, the holes in the roof, holes on the cements. Everything is just like from the World War I or II or III.
The running of town camps is a complex bureaucratic web. The Commonwealth has leased the camps to the NT government, which holds fiscal responsibility. Service provision has been contracted to Tarngire Council, which receives millions in government funding. For more than 15 years, the council's boss has been Walter Shaw.
Do you concede that people around the country would view some of those houses and the condition of those houses as quite shocking?
Look, I concede that some of our houses on town camps are quite shocking, but when it's out of my hands to allow for our house to be upgraded and brought up to standardised living conditions, governments have to take responsibility.
The council's responsible for repairs, maintenance and other social services for the town camps. It received $27 million in government and philanthropic grants last year, but claims much of it isn't getting out the door due to NT government hold-ups.
I think we're doing as much as what we're prescripted in the nature of our contract to do with regard to upkeeping of housing on the town camps.
NT Housing Minister Steve Edgington concedes red tape is a problem.
Quite frankly, some of the reports that I've seen, we're taking too long to approve those responses. What we want to do is work together with Tarngire and make sure that when it comes to repairs and maintenance, they're responded to in a timely way.
He also points to the high rate of homelessness in the Territory.
We're 12 times the national average when it comes to homelessness. So when we see additional visitors, additional people in those houses, the wear and tear and some of those maintenance issues come to the forefront a lot quicker than some of the normal standard maintenance issues across the board.
Tarngire Council is facing calls for greater scrutiny into funding and management.
We released our finances to the rest of Australia, the rest of the world, and that is as open and transparent as we can be.
Tarngire hasn't published an annual report on your website for years. Why not?
We've been in a position of transition ourselves with looking at the strategic direction of this organisation.
In the fallout of Kumanjay Little Baby's death, the future of town camps and their conditions remains uncertain. But for Renee and her family, they just get on with it.
We don't live like dogs, if that's what people think that we live like. Yeah, a lot of people live differently. You've got a lot of families that live different to other families. Yeah, I just make sure that our kids, our elders and whatever else, are safe and healthy.